Good morning, comic book fans. Welcome back to Comics in 5 Minutes. For guys, I'm your ever-loving host, Shorty. We're going to look at Hidden Springs today. This is one that's kind of only really ordered in because some customers asked for it. It's not something that instantly grabbed my attention. None of the creators involved are people I, instantly having it, a reaction to. But the cover was kind of cool, and it's a quiet week, so I thought, yeah, let's actually start with just something that I've literally only got one copy left because I didn't order loads of it. Let's read it, review it, before it sells out. Let's just see what I think about it. And frustratingly, I found myself liking it more than I thought I would, but still feeling a little bit disappointed by a couple of things. And it's going to be hard to explain it in those terms. It's very hard sometimes to review something when you have just a genuine connection or disconnection from it, rather than looking at it purely from an outside or a clear point of view where your own biases don't come into it. In this particular case, straight off the bat, I was like, oh, okay, it's an ET story. And not like just in general, but I mean very specifically E.T. the Extraterrestrial, the movie, which Greg Davis completely spoiled for me. Well, no, I mean, never been a huge fan of it anyway, but the story of him and his mates talking about if they'd have met that thing when they were kids that have murdered it with a shovel certainly takes away some of the magic of it. But it came out when I was a kid, and as a kid I wasn't really that moved by it. It's never something I went back and watched. I mean, when I was a kid growing up, I'd be far more likely to watch Indiana Jones, or because I was raised in a very strange way, RoboCop. But I like the idea, the concept of this alien coming to Earth and being found by people who then need to try and rescue it. That's cool. That's an almost fairly universal story of culture and society coming together to help out a stranger, to help out somebody not from around here. That's cool. This one very distinctly plays with and inverts from the expectations of an ET story, though. For a start, our main characters are not a bunch of kids on bikes, TM. They are old people from an old folks' home, so much suffering from some mental issues, who've got lost on a trip in the woods, and the alien they find isn't small, it is massive, like kaiju-esque types of massive. But it is still hurt and alone, needs help and needs to get home. In this case, his home isn't like from another planet, it's basically like back to the oceans, so, Cthulhu. But not really, like genuinely nice. Although if it's not nice and other people control it, then it will destroy the world as we know it. And this does lean a little bit more into the more traditional kind of thing of we need to save it from governments and people who would want to control it, who'd want to take advantage of it. I mean, in the ET, it's more about they didn't want this poor thing to get experimented on. That's cool. Nobody should want that. In this case, it feels a little bit more like, well, yeah, bad stuff will happen to it, but we're doing it a little bit more to save ourselves, save the world. It kind of takes away a little bit of the altruism where you can drop in a reason why you're doing something rather than just being for the moral good. And that was one of my first little issues. My second one comes to the fact that these are old people, and I like the fact that they're not really played as bad guys. They are in a lot of stuff. I watch a lot of horror movies, and old people are bad guys in horror movies a lot, and it's really quite frustrating. In this particular case, they're really quite well written characters. Even the ones that don't get much to say still feel like they've got some rounded to them. They're not just straight edge 2D characters. But frustratingly, we do get a little bit of humour at the cost of dementia. And I'm kind of lucky. There's been people in my family who've had dementia and other such things, and it's always been a bit of a distance, never like close family members. But I'm aware of it, and it's a kind of a deep fear of mine. I'm not like claiming to be like of amazing intellect or anything like that, but I feel like if my faculties start leaving me behind, that is genuinely terrifying, and people making light of that doesn't really work for me, it doesn't land for me as a joke. Thankfully, before the end of the story, or the end of this first issue, we do get some nice little payoff on that one. And it's not just that people are taking the mickey out of them for it. That kind of feels like it's the characters who will be doing it are doing it because they're bad characters. And I was like, okay, that kind of makes sense. And then there's an actual proper plot beat which goes into it. And I'm not going to spoil any of that, but it did at least correct it to a certain degree and made me think, okay, there's more to it than just that. The big issue for me, though, is the artwork for it, because I don't want to say that Neil Vendrell is not good at what they do. Like, the line work is brilliant, the composition's fantastic, the colouring, I can't remember the course off my head, but they do a really good job. Some of the scenes of nature, when they're out through the woods, are really, really nice. The colour palette is a little bit soft, it doesn't really do, like, too many exciting things, but it's solid. My only problem is, I think there's a lean a little bit too much into making the main human characters a little bit cartoony. It's not too far, we're not talking anything, like, extreme, but the fact that there's quite a lot of, like, silly little joke stuff going on, and the characters look like that, in a comic book where it's literally talking about the end of the world might happen, and military capitalist people are going to do terrible, terrible things, the artwork and the style don't the writing style don't seem to marry themselves 100% for me. And I think that's kind of a personal choice. Like I say, the artwork's not bad. If you like this kind of style, it's a really good example of it. And if you think it does lean into kind of storytelling, more power to you. Just for me, didn't quite land me because of that. And I found myself thinking, maybe this one isn't for me. That's it with you now, though. Until I see you all again, look after each other, everyone. Stay safe. Bye.